Hello, everyone. Welcome to another rousing edition of A Little Bit Unhinged. Casey's here.
Hey, guys.
Now you've gotten comfortable hearing our voices again after a few weeks from our previous episode about games. Now we want to talk a little bit of music. Music is kind of, in our little world here in the South, music is kind of a centerpiece because there's a music festival going on, fairly local, with a lot of fun stars, music stars, if you will, coming to town. One set of music stars that is not coming to town is the band that got into a fight on stage recently.
There's a band that got in a fight recently?
Yes. They okay, let me pull up this band name because I don't know why it escapes me and I'm going to be mad that I can't think of it off the top of my head. But
how have I not heard about this?
Jane's Addiction.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So they were doing a concert, and then I can't remember anybody's names, but they got into a pushing fighting match on stage during a concert like a week and a half ago, and then they just canceled the rest of their tour.
You know, I'm not surprised. Out of all the bands that are gonna fight with each other and break up immediately, that's one of them.
Yeah. I hear that maybe drugs were involved.
Yeah. That
which kind of plays.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah.
Navarro?
Yes, Dave Navarro.
He seems like somebody who would have a big attitude and a bad attitude from the limited times that I have seen interviews with him.
Yeah, he's always been... Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro in the face on stage.
Good for him. I'm sure that was deserved. Actually, I don't know. I should not speculate.
Sure. And then he punched him again on backstage after they went backstage. And then they said, you know what, let's probably take a break. Which I think is probably a smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
If you get into a fist fight. So Tom Morello is replacing them at the event.
Oh, that's why he's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
They called in the last minute closer, and Tom said he's going to bring his guitar, come do a show.
He's a great choice.
A fantastic choice. People were wondering what kind of quality band they were going to get, because I think people still think of Jane's Addiction as headliner-y. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I don't want to take that away from anybody, especially compared to who else is going to be there. Well, let's talk about who else is going to be there, because Blink-182 is like the star.
Yeah.
They're like the main band. Gwen Stefani will be there as well.
Yeah.
Who's like the day one star. Beck is going to be there.
Jimmy Eat World.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Big Boy from Outkast will be there. Vanessa Carlton be there.
I didn't know that she still did anything.
I didn't
that's
either.
Cool.
Yes. And she's doing like 45 minutes, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Get in. It's earlier in the show. Get a little 45 minutes. It's going to be in the rain, probably.
Yeah.
But just a delightful, rain-soaked 45 minutes with Vanessa Carlton. I couldn't ask for a better Sunday, to be honest.
And honestly, if you're going to hear somebody in the rain, I feel like her music is the perfect rain music.
She's got rain music. The only person that would be better to hear in the rain, in the vein of Vanessa Carlton, is Natalie Imbruglia and Torn.
Yeah.
Torn is my In the Rain song. That's the song I really want to emote in the rain. In the Vanessa Carlton genre type. I don't know if that's fair. I'm just saying they're both the same. Who else? Also of note, Gin Blossoms.
I like them. Yeah.
TLC, which I don't think has ever replaced replaced Left Eye.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it just TC now?
I think it's just TC. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think that they ever replaced her. They just...
Yeah, I think they just went on about it.
Did they just trade off singing her parts?
I don't have any idea. There's a part of me that was going to look it up, and then I thought, you know what? I just want to experience it in real time.
It's fair enough.
I just want to experience it in real time. It's like Boyz II Men, the deep voice guy passed away. Boyz II Men is one of my favorite bands. I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show. but I don't listen to them since the deep voice bass guy, Sean, I believe. No, not Sean. Nate passed away. Because it's going to be hard for me to hear them without that.
Yeah.
You know? But Left Eye is different in that she's a feature on a song almost more than a harmony.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's
She's
maybe
the one
unfair.
who always had the most... She rapped more than the others.
She did a lot of rapping, comparatively.
T-Boss might be able to fill in.
I feel like they probably do a good job. And they have released albums without her, at least one. Mm-hmm. So they might do some of that stuff that I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Right, great. Juvenile, with his band, the 400 Degrees Band, which I didn't know he had a traveling band. Also Shinedown. Oh, Sublime. Sublime is a band that I'm torn about because I've never been able to listen to them after the lead singer guy passed away.
Fair enough.
And his voice was so unique.
Yeah, it was a very unique.
So unique that I just don't know. So, but I'm going to give him a chance because I'm going to be standing there and music's going to be playing.
Yeah.
So this is the best chance to give him a chance. But this actually feeds into our 2017 theme.
Yep.
Because one of the award winners in the American Music Awards of 2017 for the favorite artist alternative rock was Linkin Park. Mm-hmm. And we started to talk about this before the podcast recording. I said, we got to talk about this on the podcast. Because if you don't know, there's a little drama around the hiring of the lead singer. Hiring? Is that what the word the kids use for picking a lead singer?
I would say so. They're going to pay her. Hired her for the job.
Selecting of the lead singer, Emily Armstrong, I believe is her name.
I think so.
She was in Dead Sarah, which I've heard some Dead Sarah songs. I don't know why, but I'm familiar with them for some reason. But she just took over as the co-lead vocalist there, and there's some drama.
A little bit of drama. Just a sprinkling of drama.
There is some drama. So what I know of the drama is that they did an interview with Chester
Bennington,
who was the lead singer who passed away. Mm-hmm. She basically was like, I used to be involved, but she said that Mike Shinoda. Look, I'm just going to butcher everybody's name.
I'll help you.
Thank you. She said that he told Chester that, like, we want to replace you. We're going to replace you with a lady one day. If you ever decide to fuck off, we're going to replace you with a lady. And she thought she was going to be kind of communicated with about the selection, what's going on. She said that didn't happen. They moved on without me, without what's going on. And, gave the impression that Chester was kind of aggrieved about it at the end.
His
of
mom,
it.
not him himself.
Well, right. That he was at least bothered by. Well, I guess she actually didn't say whether he was bothered or not about what he said to him about replacing him with a female vocal artist. But I would assume he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't, we get into the other side of it, like, I don't know what that all effect was with his mental health and what was everything that's going on there, but wow. Like, I know that bands sometimes, especially rock bands, kind of like the drama. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know they had selected a new lead singer until I read about this drama, even though I'd seen a commercial or something where I saw somebody, but I didn't. I just, in my brain, I thought, they're just doing an event or something, and they're like, hey, we brought, like, one time I went to a New Edition, concert, and Bobby Brown couldn't make it; he was sick, so Sisqo was in there, and he did the Bobby Brown parts. It was fantastic. So I kind of thought it was a Sisqo Bobby Brown situation, and not an actual new band member situation.
Yeah. Well, it has been pretty recent too. It was only a week or two.
Yeah, it was really recent.
Yeah. And as soon as she was announced, within the day, people were finding things to complain about with her specifically in her history. Because she's, I guess, been part of the Church of Scientology. So people were not happy about that. And then she also may or may not have been supportive of Danny Masterson, who, for those who may not know, he was he played Hyde on that 70s show and some other shows and stuff. And he, not too long ago, I think last year, was convicted of several sexual assault, rape allegations on multiple counts with multiple different girls, essentially. I think that each of the convictions was for an underage person. So pretty gross stuff. He was convicted, so there wasn't enough evidence to say that he is guilty. And she may have been one of the people who supported him in the courtroom. And also may have, I don't know if she's one of the ones that wrote the letters, because a lot of celebrities wrote letters on his behalf and stuff, but it's a little bit of speculation, because I'm not going to do the research to figure out how true it is, but a lot of people were really upset about it, and then they've come out and said that she had somebody who was a friend and has now no longer a friend because of all of that, but who knows for sure. Okay. So there's controversy, and then before Chester's mom released her statement, his brother also released a pretty scathing statement to Mike Shinoda about how dare you try to bring back... I'm going to butcher it if I try to just summarize it without reading it. But it was not very nice. And then to find out that Chester's mom also wrote something.
Yeah, that's a lot. I thought... See, I didn't look into it because I knew it was going to make me sad. So I thought that the mom stuff was the most of it. But apparently that's not the case. It rolls deep. But again, it feels so calculated.
Yeah.
That, here's the thing. I try to live a life in which I generally don't assume people are supervillains, in a general sense. So I like to assume stupidity over malevolence, generally.
Yeah. Also, I was wrong. It was his son, Jamie, not his brother.
Okay.
But he said that the band betrayed the trust of their fans and failed to address the concerns of their diverse fan base. And it's erasing his father's legacy, quietly erasing my father's life and legacy in real time is the direct quote. And then Jamie also said that Shinoda was senile and tone deaf.
Goodness.
So it's not a particularly nice way to... Because Chester was him and Mike were the two main faces of the band.
Sure.
And after his passing, to come back and not have his family involved with it at all or getting their blessing does feel a little gross.
Yeah, I try to be as fair as I can because I think, okay, what's the responsibility here? Like, yes, you'd like him to, and I think he should, but how much responsibility does he have as the other half of the face of it, considering... No, I'm not even going to go there. It seems bad. Like, the perspective that I get from it is bad. And I don't think he's ever going to... I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll do a sit-down interview or something, Shinoda, and talk about it. Talk about his perspective on it. But it still feels like, I can do it, and I need to do it to make it so that we can just write off that for the Linkin Park name for a minute.
But his name, because he's got his own solo career now.
Right.
He also had Fort Minor.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know why they have to come back to Linkin Park necessarily.
I don't know why he needs to either.
I think he's fully within his rights to do it.
Of course.
But I think that we as fans are fully within our rights to
think it's
feel
shitty.
A little icky about it.
I don't disagree. I think that's the energy that I want to put to it. I feel like I can sit here and say, I think he can do it. And I think, you want him to do all those things, but he can do it and not do all those things, but we get to look at him and say, you know what, we don't like that you did all those things. Yeah. So we're not going to participate, right?
Yeah. And I think that if we actually had the blessing of Chester's family, that could change a lot of minds for a lot of people to be like, oh yeah, Chester would have wanted this to continue.
Right. Or at least his family
maybe
feels
he did,
but
it just...
Well, it sounds like he was going to pick somebody they weren't going to approve of.
Yeah.
And he just was dead set on making that decision.
Yeah.
You know, which again, and I also don't want to fall in the trap because this happens. I want to sit here and say very clearly, I don't know that Mike is a good person. I don't know that he is anyway. You know, like he just might be a bad person that makes bad decisions and he doesn't care. And so many people won't care if they like the music because that's kind of what happens in music now.
Well, we as fans, we can never know. General public will never know if a person is a good person or a bad person because PR
there's a machine that makes that
so well. It does not matter. So we just have to trust that whatever does come to light will eventually come to light.
No, that's right. That's right. But yeah, it's icky, and I already have a hard time, which I honestly generally think is a personal failure of mine, a failing of mine. I have a hard time listening to a band when it changes like that. Like, look, I can't even watch the Muppets because the voices are too different. Like, it's a challenge for me.
That's true. I do like it when they just get a new band name.
Yeah,
so it
just
feels
be a
like
different
new
band.
Yeah.
And you can be like, hey, this is got the bones of Link, you know, like, you know what this is, but we want the Linkin Park legacy to stay by itself. Right. Right, like that, I think that's the ideal. But I can also see as a band and also the conglomerates that are behind the band going, oh, no. The Linkin Park name is the value. Like, there's the voice value, and we can still cash in on the old stuff and all of that stuff.
I kind of question that because there's been bands in the past that have shifted. Like Chris Cornell from Soundgarden became the lead singer of Audioslave. Right. And I think the band members from Audioslave were the original band members of Rage Against the Machine. So bands can just make new bands and become successful with them just by their name alone of saying, oh, this is the guitarist from this. Yeah, but we see it in, like we previously talked about video games all the time. They will more likely drag a franchise's name into the ground before they will figure out something new often. Yeah. Not that people will, because we also know that good new stuff works, but if you're just like, hey, and maybe this is also Mike doing a big fuck you to everybody. Like, hey, I am Linkin Park now. I can do what the hell I want. You know, like we talked about this at dinner. That world is something that I don't have even an inkling of perspective on. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a different level of decision making and conversations that I know I would be appalled to even listen to for a moment. So I think it goes back to what you said. We can look at it from the outside and go, look, this is what I know. You did this. We can obviously see that this person may not be a good person, but we also can see that whether it was a good person or not, even if it was somebody I really liked, if the family didn't back it, it would be difficult for me. Yeah. I mean, it would be difficult for me either way, but especially if the family doesn't back it, it makes it more difficult. So we'll see. And I could also see in 3 weeks a press release where it's like, nah, she's left the band. She said it's too much of a distraction and we want to do it the right way. And, you know, like that's the normal PR tent poles that lead up to, and then we got Ed Sheeran and everybody's happy again or whatever. Ed Sheeran. He would be a great replacement for Chester Bennington, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Nothing against him. He is a talented person. Sure. I'm not saying he's not, but not quite the right voice.
Here's the thing. This is the thing I want to establish between us right now so you can hold me to this. If I ever win the lottery, I will pay for Ed Sheeran to cover his part in a Linkin Park song one time. I'll just get it recorded. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get Linkin Park on board, but I'll get somebody to do it. Yeah. And so he can cover it. just so I can make this happen one time.
Yeah.
But I really need to hear him do Ed Sheeran doing everything you say to me. I really need that to happen.
I wonder if he ever does. What's the thing where you can pay celebrities? Cameo?
Cameo. That's what was going through my brain first, was Cameo. Like, can you do a Linkin Park cover cameo?
How great would that be?
I'll pay you $500,000. Oh, crap. Okay.
So 2017.
2017. So we kicked it off with the alternative rock favorite artist, Linkin Park. The other two in that category, other two nominees were Imagine Dragons and 21 Pilots.
Okay.
I have a few pieces of music from both of those bands. I like them. I like them just nice.
Yeah.
All of those bands I have probably about the same amount of music from. I like them just nice.
Yeah. I appreciate all of them in different ways.
Yeah. One that I hadn't even talked about because we didn't get down that far before I started, but the favorite artist for electronic dance music, Chainsmokers. Chainsmokers are going to come up a few times.
Yeah.
But apparently
This was their year.
This was their year.
Yeah.
Of the only year that they've ever had of their year.
Yeah, they really broke out.
Yeah, they went hard and they're like, we're good.
Yeah, broke out and broke up.
The Latin favorite artist, Shakira.
That makes sense. Yeah. She's always received a lot of praise and stuff. She's very good.
She's the machine that makes crossover Latin work.
Yeah.
Is what I've actually heard her described that way.
A huge artist.
Yeah. A monster. Favorite artist, adult contemporary that year, Shawn Mendes.
So you mentioned that before we started recording.
Yes.
And I made this comment then, and I'm going to make it now officially on the podcast. I did not know that was his music. Does that count for him? Adult contemporary? Okay, sure.
The other nominees for that was Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars.
Okay.
So it was really like
we might as well just lead into the R&B male vocalist because it's Bruno Mars.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very interesting that he cross-platformed like that. Yeah, he
cross-platformed. But what I think of is like these are the musics that got played in your standard general pop radio.
Yeah.
And so those artists had a song that played on just your, Hot 101 non-R&B channel, just like we played adult contemporary, they just were on it, right? It was like there, and then they'd play like Zombie a few times, and then they play like Thriller on the old school block, and there you go. Mm-hmm. That's your adult music. So he was adult music before his time. The R&B section, as you mentioned, he won the soul and R&B favorite male artist, Bruno Mars. His competition there, Childish Gambino and The Weeknd.
Okay.
Childish Gambino was in there, but I should just note Childish Gambino was not in the rap and hip hop favorite artist category. He was in the soul and R&B category.
Okay, interesting.
Now Childish Gambino does a lot of different kinds of music, and I haven't heard.
I'm trying to think about which album that one is.
Redbone, I guess, was a little bit on the border. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff. Favorite female artist for soul and R&B was Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Kalani was number 2, which I'm trying to remember what in the world song went off.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, is it Themselves? Is it the album or the song? I don't know. I cannot think of the song that she did, but she was on the list. Maybe the only time. Well, no, she got some pub in 2001. She's a lovely young lady from Oakland. But this would be the one and only time in the next 10 years that I will think of her name.
Yeah.
Which happens. It's music. That's what happens. Rihanna also was a nominee. Rihanna goes hard. The favorite album, soul and R&B, was 24K and Magic by Bruno Mars. The other two were Awaken My Love, Childish Gambino, and Starboy by The Weeknd. Starboy is a great album. Awaken My Love, I'm sure, is a great album. I haven't listened to a lot on it because I like the album after it more, but great. Favorite song? That's What I Like by Bruno Mars in the soul and R&B section.
Okay.
Starboy, Weekend featuring Daft Punk. And then the other one, Location by Khalid, which is a delightful song. I didn't even realize, I thought it was newer than that. I didn't realize it got pub. Beautiful song. Highly recommend you listen to Location by Khalid. It got covered by AJR, but Khalid's version is better. All right, so that's our R&B. So let's get into rap and hip hop. We're going to start with your favorite. Favorite rap hip hop artist is Drake. Good old Drake. Look, Drake.
It's just fine.
Was at the peak of his powers in 2017.
Yeah, he has won several things. It's who he beat that I have a problem with.
Yes, because in that category was Kendrick Lamar.
Who had released Humble that year.
Yes, who released Humble.
Huge.
And that whole damn album, which won the favorite album, I should just mention, Kendrick Lamar. Damn.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yes, it won the album.
I missed that earlier.
Yep.
That brings it back to a happy medium for me. I'm
splits
neutral
it down
again.
The middle.
Yeah.
It splits it down the middle. And then Migos also was in this and also in the favorite album nominee for Culture. And then Drake's More Life was in the nominee for favorite album. The favorite song was I'm the One, which is DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne, which is so not memorable to me. I don't even know why I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, I can't think of it. But any of his stuff, all I can hear is DJ Khaled, and that's it.
Yeah. And now, hopefully, Gatorade.
Yes. Or no, Wish Wish. I know that song. One of his featuring Cardi B.
Oh, yes.
That one's a catchy one.
He's got a couple remixes of his songs that are great. Because on the remixes, he just takes, here's all the good rappers I know, do a verse.
Yeah.
And it's just like 6. And it's like, okay, kicks ass.
Yeah, some of those are really cool.
Yeah. Other songs on it, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, of course, great song. Probably should have won, but whatever. And Black Beatles by Ray Stremmerd, featuring Gucci Mane. I haven't even heard that song, and now I'm going to listen to it when I drive home. All right, so that was rap and hip-hop categories. Let's do a little country. The favorite male country artist, Keith Urban.
Okay.
A name that I recognize.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's handsome.
He is.
He's got a nice tush. Good for him. You just looked at me and nodded. Like, okay, I guess I'm with you on that one. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to let you take that one.
You say so, buddy. Yeah, he's got some catchy songs. Yeah. I don't know any off the top of my head. I do listen to country every now and then, but his specific stuff, I don't know.
He's got 4 Grammy Awards, 50 ACA Awards, 13 CMA. Like he's been doing it. The man's been doing it. And if I remember correctly, politically he's reasonable. I guess because he's Australian.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. The nominees in that are Sam Hunt and Thomas Rhett. Both of those are created character names in like combat game. I don't know who those two people are.
I don't know them. I'm not that much of a country artist fan, apparently.
However, I know 2 of the 3 ladies. So the favorite female artist was Carrie Underwood.
Okay, yeah, I like her.
She's great.
She's got some good stuff.
I've told the story before, and anytime country comes up, I'll tell the story again. She is easily, by far, the best performance I've ever heard someone do live singing. No one's close. Like, she blows everybody out of the water. Her voice is so good.
Yeah,
I bet even now her voice is really good. And that was 10 years ago that I listened to her. It was so good. Also in that category, Miranda Lambert, who I know.
Yeah, I like her.
And Maren Morris, who I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that Maren Morris had stuff from way back in 2017 because I know some of her more recent stuff.
Okay.
She's good. She's also politically leaning in a way that you would appreciate.
All right. Good for her. The favorite duo or group country, I know all 3 of these. The winner, Little Big Town. Mm-hmm. The nominees also Florida Georgia Line and Old Dominion.
Oh, okay.
Which also are all college football things too. So great. I love it all the way around. The favorite album is Ripcord by Keith Urban. The nominees were They Don't Know by Jason Aldean and From a Room Volume 1, Chris Stapleton. Sure.
That was not planned.
Perfect. You know exactly where we are on this, but I'm giving it its time. And finally, favorite country songs, Blue Ain't Your Color, which I really want to see what this song is about now.
I have not heard this song. I just want to claim this now that it's about you shouldn't be sad. Blue ain't your color.
You know what? It's about a male observing a lonely woman at a bar who is dissatisfied in her current relationship.
No kidding.
Nice. You crushed it.
Yeah.
Now, here's one that's more difficult for you to guess. It's by Sam Hunt. It's by Sam Hunt. But the song is called Body Like a Back Road.
Oh, you don't know that one?
No, I mean, I know that one.
I know that one too.
And then the other song is Dirt on My Boots by John Party.
Never heard of it.
No, I feel like it's about dirt on boots. All right, that was country. We did a reputable job. If you're a country fan, don't come after me. All right, let's go to pop and rock. Here's the trick. Because of the direction we've got, we're going to get some repeats here.
Yeah.
Because your favorite pop and rock male artist, was Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
With nominees Drake and Ed Sheeran. Your favorite female artist, pop and rock, was Lady Gaga, who had a really good year. I'm sad that she beat out Alyssa Cara, who her album that year, dominant. It's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Magnificent. So much good. It'll show up in the top 100. Maybe I'll pick out a couple of her songs there. And Rihanna also was on that list.
I have heard of her, yeah.
Rihanna's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Mrs. Worldwide. Favorite duo or group in pop and rock, Imagine Dragons.
Okay, yeah.
Because the Chainsmokers are popular, any year that the Chainsmokers are good, Imagine Dragons also has to be good. Yeah. Because they are the same band. Also in that category was Coldplay.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And the Chainsmokers as well.
Speaking of Imagine Dragons, at one point they won some sort of best rock band in the last 2 decades, whatever, from somebody at some point. I don't know. I don't remember the specific award or if it was actually an award or if somebody just nominated them for something or other. Some magazine said it.
Magazine said, yeah.
But people were tweeting like, they're not even a rock band, like blah, 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 blah. And the lead singer for Imagine Dragons tweeted, I understand why everybody's so mad. If it wasn't my band, I would also be very upset, but it is my band.
Yeah.
And it was just really funny.
Yeah. He's great. There was a TikTok about, he's like, oh, my wife, he's like, I didn't know why my wife wanted to spend upfront tickets to Imagine Dragons. And then they were there and the guy had his shirt off and he's ripped, the lead singer guy.
Yeah.
And she was just like drooling at him. And I'm like, go ahead on. Favorite album in the pop and rock category, 24K Magic by Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we had More Life, nominees More Life by Drake and Starboy by The Weeknd in there too.
Yeah.
Right. That's
no surprises there.
Favorite song in pop and rock, Despacito, Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Closer by Chainsmokers featuring Halsey and Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. All perfectly nice songs.
Yeah.
All right, now we get to the big boys. The first big boy, the first big boy's top soundtrack, Moana.
Oh, yeah.
Delightful.
That was a great album.
Yep.
Great little movie, too.
Yep.
Very cute.
Everything about it was just nice and delightful.
Yeah.
Lovely. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Awesome Mix Volume 2 soundtrack, also great. But they cheated. They just took like all of the best songs of an era and mixed it together right, and there you go. Which I'm not mad about. It's just that's what happened. And then the Trolls soundtrack, also, which I'm sure had what's his face?
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Yeah, in there. The tour of the year, which we didn't talk about, I skipped it when we went by, to Spring It On You. A Head Full of Dreams tour, Coldplay won.
Okay.
The other two was the Garth Brooks World Tour with Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, that would be great.
and the Joshua Tree Tour 2017 by U2. Both, I would imagine all of those tours, for what they are, fantastic.
Yeah.
I bet I expect all three of those bands to put on a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect all of them to put on a great show.
But this is coming back to country, though. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. That's the one that I would
They're
really
a power
appreciate.
couple.
Yeah.
They're power. Yeah. Trisha also can go, as far as vocally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Video of the year, That's What I Like by Bruno Mars, which I think I remember.
I don't see enough videos, so I can't really speak on
Back
any
then,
of
I was
them.
probably watching videos a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Because, that was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The Despacito video was popular in clubs and stuff to play in the background of when Despacito was playing, which played at every club all the time for the whole year.
If you say so.
And then Shape of You, which I think had like lovely dancing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't see music videos. So. Yeah, that's fair. Collaboration of the year. Most of these are ones we've already covered. Despacito won because Justin Bieber was in there. Closer, Chainsmokers with Halsey. I'm the One with DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne, which we covered. Starboy had Daft Punk, which we covered. And then the other one that showed up on here, I Don't Want to Know, Maroon 5 featuring Kendrick Lamar. There we go. I didn't even know they did a collaboration.
I didn't even know that they featured Kendrick, and if that's the song I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do want to know.
Yeah.
New Artist of the Year, Nail Horan.
I believe it's pronounced Niall Horn.
Yeah, good. Very good. I don't know anything about him except he was in One Direction.
That's the limit of my knowledge.
Very good. Here are the other people that were in that list. Very interesting. James Arthur. Very nice. I have a few James Arthur songs in the rotation. Julia Michaels. I don't know her by her name. It's too similar name of a million other people for me to picture her.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would need to know the name of a song.
All right, let's see. Julia Michaels. She was she's a cute young lady. Let's see what she got. Her 2017 debut single, Issues. I don't know.
That's too generic of a name. I don't know.
I got nothing. But apparently she's a very good songwriter. She's got credited on songs for Selena Gomez, Olivia Rodrigo, Demi Lovato, Sabrina Carpenter, Fifth Harmony, Shawn Mendes, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, Haley Steinfeld, Gwen Stefani, among others.
Man, good for her.
Excuse me.
Crushing it.
I got to put some respect on her name.
Sounds like she's very similar, because wasn't Lady Gaga a songwriter before she became famous?
Yeah. Also a very good one. So good for her.
Yeah.
The other two on that list, Post Malone. Apparently it was his debut thing. Very good.
I can't remember a time in the world where he wasn't around. But
I also seemed to be omnipotent in the world. But it's more like he wasn't there and then he was everywhere.
Yeah.
He bought, not just, but fairly recently, Magic the Gathering made one ring card in Elvish or whatever the language is. And so the guy that won it,
bought one.
He bought it from the guy that opened it. Yeah, because he's a big Magic the Gathering fan. So he lives in Salt Lake, and a lot of people I know have seen him places. He just shows up about, and it's hard to hide himself because,
Yeah, he's very recognizable.
Yeah, he's very recognizable. And he doesn't try to not be.
Yeah. And I've heard he's incredibly polite.
He's super. Like, he'll let you take a picture with him. I've got friends that have pictures, they've hung out. Like, there's a couple, like, big... The big downtown place in Salt Lake it's called the Beer Bar, and it has, like, German-style, like, long table seatings. Mm-hmm. And that's, like, the official bar of Real Salt Lake, the soccer team. And that's really a popular place for kind of random celebrities to go, because you can kind of get in the corner, and it's open, and it's kind of easy to come in and out. So he's been spotted there a few times. That's like one of his places he likes to go, apparently. Cool. But yeah, Salt Lake has a very positive impression of him because everybody that's ever run across him has had a pleasant time.
That's good.
Good for him. We like that. We like that story. And then Ray Shremmerd. I had to look at the pronunciation guide this time so I didn't screw it back. Ear and drummer spelled backwards. Wow.
Huh.
Wow. is an American hip-hop duo consisting of brothers Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy from Tupelo, Mississippi. I know one of their songs. I just can't think of it right now. He did do Sunflower. One of the guys in the band did Sunflower with Post Malone from one of the Spider-Man soundtracks. You're a sunflower. Anyway, great. Rage Shrimmered. All right, and finally, Artist of the Year. You'll be surprised to find every one of these people I have said on the way up this list.
Yeah. Bruno Mars, I assume.
Bruno Mars was the winner. Chainsmokers, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and Ed Sheeran were the other nominees.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
It feels correct based on what's going on. So, yeah, out of the 8 nominations that Bruno had, he won 7 American Music Awards.
Good for him.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow. He had a year. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that the American Music Awards are not the Grammy Awards.
You know, when we started going over this and you said it was the AMAs, I was like, oh, okay. I figured we would have done the Grammys, but I just let you keep going. You picked it.
Here's the thing. I knew I'd fucked up because the Grammy Awards are held at the beginning of the year and the AMAs are at the end of the year. And I was specifically thinking, I can't take the 2017 Grammy Awards. I need to take the 2018 Grammy Awards because they could cover 2017. But then when I searched and I got the American Music Awards from 2017, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine. This works great.
It's perfect.
All right, I'm gonna go through them really quick, before we end the show because we're already there. But I'm just gonna note if there's anything worth note. Bruno Mars' 24K Magic won Record of the Year. Jay-Z had a nomination, The Story of O.J. Interesting side note.
Okay.
That 24K Magic also won Album of the Year. Jay-Z also was in there, and Lord's album Melodrama was a nomination.
Oh yeah, it did come out in 2017.
Lord is awesome.
Yeah.
That album is amazing. Bruno Mars's That's What I Like won Song of the Year. Jay-Z's song is in there. Julia Michaels' song Issues is in there. And Alicia Card and Khaled Logic song 1-800-273-8255 is in there too. Delightful song. Great. Alicia Cara won Best New Artist.
Oh,
the
good.
Grammy.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert was in there. SCA's, I don't know if it's letters or it's pronounced, but I know SCA there. And
SZA?
SZA, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you're hip. The Best Pop Solo Performance, Shape of You, Ed Sheeran. Kelly Clarkson was in there. Kesha was in there. Pink was a nominee in there.
Nice.
Cool. Portugal The Man won the Best Pop Duo Group Performance for Feel It Still, which is a great song.
a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Chainsmokers were in there. Everybody else we covered. Best Pop Vocal Album is Divide, Ed Sheeran. I think that's the Divide sign. I think it's Divide, whatever it is. Coldplay's Kaleidoscope's in there. Lana Del Rey's Lust for Life. Kesha's Rainbow. Lady Gaga's Joni in there. Any other ones that are worth mention that was really crazy? Mastodon won the Best Metal Performance for Sultan's Curse. Fucking go.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters had the Best Rock Song for Run.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. The National won the Best Alternative Album for Sleep Well Beast. Karen would be able to tell me about The National. I think she's a National fan.
Yeah, she does like The National a lot. They're pretty good.
Humble won the Best Rap Performance.
Yeah.
Loyalty won the Best Rap/Sung Performance with Rihanna and Kendrick. Humble won the Best Rap Song. Damn won the Best Rap Album.
Nice.
Chris Stapleton won the Country Solo Performance. Little Big Town, they doubled up. Good for them. Do they do anything? Is this one that they do music video or not music video? The soundtrack ones. I'm sure they do, right? They do the Best Americana album. Oh, Jason Isbell in the 400 unit. Oh, that's actually a nice Americana album. All right. Rolling Stones won the Best Traditional Blues album with Blue and Lonesome.
All right.
Okay. It's, I'm not going to say that. Lisa Loeb won the Best Children's Album.
Didn't know
for
she still
Feel
did
What
stuff.
You Feel. Crazy. Carrie Fisher won the Best Spoken Word Album. This was after she passed away for The Princess Diarist. I don't want to talk about him, so I'm not gonna. It's sad when I have to skip over people because they're bad people. But that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda for How Far I'll Go from Moana. Though The La La Land won Best Compilation Soundtrack and Best Score Soundtrack, which I remember people really liking La La Land.
Yeah.
I'm sure when we talk about movies, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we probably will. It was, because it did win Best Picture that year, I'm pretty sure. And it was, I've seen it. It's not a bad movie, but I also don't know why it's as loved as it is.
I got the impression the same. I mean, I didn't watch it, so I couldn't judge it. But that's the way I got. Everybody that talked to me about it said the same kind of thing that you did.
Yeah.
About it. So, the Best Arrangement, Instrumental or A Cappella, John Williams for Escapades for alto saxophone and orchestra from the Catch Me If You Can soundtrack. That man has so many awards. He has to have a whole house for them. He's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Probably worth its own episode. Randy Newman won an award for a song called Putin.
Okay, sure.
Just worth a note. Yeah, they give so many awards. They give an award for Best Album Notes.
All right.
For an Otis Redding album. Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go, the complete recordings. All right. Huh. All right, great. We did it. We talked about everything. There's more things to talk about from 2017 than I thought when we first looked at it.
Yeah.
Which is good. And because I did this in the wrong order, we didn't even talk about Jay-Z at all in that 1444 album, which was pretty good. I think Jay-Z was kind of coasting on Jay-Z's name because it's not as good as most of his other stuff, but still.
Yeah.
Good. That's when everybody was getting outserved by Kendrick. Ultimately, he kind of became the guy.
Yeah.
At that point. So, all right, we did it. I'm interested to talk about movies. I'm glad we saved it.
Yeah.
2017 movies will be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, except for La La Land, which, if you love La La Land, I want to know. But I bet I won't know anyone that will tell me they loved La La Land.
Yeah, we'll find out in 4 years when we hit it big.
Yeah, when we hit it big and people go back and listen to the archives, they'll be like, fuck you, I love La La Land. Yeah. And you know what? It'll be the happiest day of my life whenever I receive a message that says, fuck you, I love La La Land.
Yeah.
That'll be the best. Until next time, though, goodbye.
Goodbye.